Hey y'all, it's Erica over at The Broken Spine. Welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time here, thank you for stopping by. So just an FYI, this is going to be kind of a one and done. I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of editing because my computer died and I'm using someone else's. So happy, joy for me. You guys get to see me in all of my awkwardness. So I'm gonna get right into the video. I am participating in the Asian Readathon, which was created by Cindy over at Reads with Cindy, and it takes place the entire month of May. And it's also Asian and Pacific Islander American Heritage Month. Cindy has created 4 prompts, and there is an optional 5th, which I will talk about in now. So prompt number 1, read any book by an Asian author. For this prompt, I chose Jhumpa Lahiri's Interpreter of Maladies. This is a short story collection that focuses on Indians navigating the traditions and their baffling new world in America. Prompt number 2 is to read a book featuring an Asian character or written by an Asian author who you can relate to. For this one, I am going to read A Person of Interest by Susan Choi. She's a woman, I'm a woman, so there you have it. In this novel, a mathematics professor, Lee, becomes an unlikely person of interest in a serial bombing. The latest victim just so happens to be one of his colleagues, and his neighbors are like, oh yeah, this guy could have done it because he's just a weirdo. So I'm excited to read this one. It seems really interesting, right up my kind of alley. Prompt number 3 is read a book featuring an Asian character or written by an Asian author that is different from you. So this one, I mean, all of the books that I'll be reading, all the authors, the characters are different than I am because I am not Asian. So the book that I have chosen to fulfill that prompt is going to be The Refugees by Viet. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this right. Nguyen. And for this one, it's another collection of short stories, and it takes place in Vietnam and in the United States, and it's a lot of immigration stories here in which they are trying to navigate their lives as well, Vietnamese and their American lives as well. So yeah, I've already read one story in here, which I really enjoyed. And the 4th prompt is read a book that was recommended by an Asian. And for this one, I am going to be reading 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. One of my former co-workers recommended this, as well as The Kite Runner, years ago. And I finally read The Kite Runner earlier this year. So Ling Ma, if you are watching, I am finally getting around to 1,000 Splendid Suns. So with this one, this depicts the struggle to survive and find happiness. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one because I really and truly enjoyed The Kite Runner. I enjoyed Hosseini's writing style. So I'm hoping that it continues in 1,000 Splendid Suns. There was an optional prompt of reading the group book, which is Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I don't have that, and I'm not going to participate in it because I tried to get it from Libby, and there is a 6-month waiting period. Go figure. Everybody, now that there's a movie or a TV show that is out now, everybody wants to read it. So yeah, I won't be reading that right now, at least for 6 months. Since all the books that I have are fairly short, I decided to add on another book, and that book is going to be Severance by Ling Ma, and it was actually one of Cindy's recommendations. So but I already had it. It was one that caught my eye and I wanted to read it. So this takes place during a plague, and it is called, I can't remember what it's called now, but anyway, it's called Shen Fever. So our main character, Candace, lives in New York, and she lives and works in New York, and for some reason she does not contract the fever. So she ends up documenting the last days of New York on a blog called New York ghost. So yeah, this sounds, and it's a, the description also called it a satirical science fiction. So that kind of caught my attention as well. So yeah, I'm excited to get to this one too. I've said excited to get to this quite a bit here, but I am excited to get to this. And last but not least, I am going to be reading The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, and I'm also reading this for Tome Topple, which starts on May 9th and goes through May 22nd. So this is the first book of the Devabad trilogy, and this is going to fulfill for the Tome Topple read a book in a series and read a book by an Asian American Pacific Islander. So this book follows Lahiri. I think that's how you pronounce the character's name. She is a con artist in 18th century Cairo, and she takes great pleasure in conning the Ottoman elite. So a con goes awry, and she ends up summoning a warrior Jinn, and she finds out through this Jinn about this city of brass, and that she is inextricably connected to the city. So I have the Kingdom of Copper that's on my shelf that and then the next book, which, oh my gosh, I just drew a blank. I can't think of what the final book in the trilogy is called. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that book comes out in June. So this is this is another one that I can't wait to read because it's been sitting on my shelf for at least a year now. That is all I have for you. Those are the books that I plan to read during Asian Readathon and Asian Pacific Islander American Heritage Month. That's a mouthful. Cindy has a Google Doc, which I will link down below, of Asian authors. So I highly recommend you check that out, especially if you want to read more literature written by Asian authors and with Asian protagonists. So I'm going to draw this to a close. If you liked this video, please make sure you click subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new content, and give this a thumbs up. I will see you guys later. Bye.